Well, this story is picking up as we have been betrayed by Cabanela, and we have reason to believe that Sissel is not who Sissel believes himself to be. Also, meteor from space has happened. Also, Jowd has not... We thought Jowd might have killed 2 people. Jowd has actually not killed anyone. Jowd is completely innocent. Spotless record. Like, Cabanela wants to have a spotless record, but his soul is dotted with the spots of corruption. We will see if his coat becomes spotted as well. We'll press continue on this. We will continue. Chapter 15, 2:55 a.m. And we are running out of time before dawn. We still do have that time limit to be concerned with. 10 years ago, a man named Sissel took a little girl named Lynn hostage. Well, no, Jowd said his name wasn't Sissel, but we'll go with it. And then was killed by a meteorite fragment. Tonight, a man named Sissel met a detective named Lynn at a junkyard on the edge of town, and then was killed by a bullet. But the scene I find waiting for me on the other end of the phone line feels like the final nail in the coffin of my lost memory. Does that mean we're sealing... Oh, hello? I see myself. There you are, Commander Sith? Really? Finally.
Sissel, where have you been, my good man? We've been looking everywhere for you.
Had a little unfinished business to take care of. Didn't think it would take this long. What about your people? They sure went out of the way to mess me up.
I say, I believe we fulfilled every one of your conditions in our little deal. What right do you have to complain about anything outside our bargain?
We can talk about that when we get together.
This will be our last communication by telephone. We'll arrive in 1 hour. I look forward to seeing you, Sissel.
Dawn is approaching. The darkness surrounding my own mystery is deep, but I know it's always darkest before the dawn. But we die at dawn, so that doesn't help.
Yes, we're nearing the final stages of our little deal, my good man. Have they now? By all means, let me have a look. Yes, we're very close. Very well.
Well, I guess that's why that phone line was dead. Luxury submarine. Nice try, Inspector Cabanela. But you can never stop me. See ya, sucker. It's trick time. So, that submarine guy and his people have a deal going on with me, do they? If that's the case, they probably aren't the ones who killed me, right? Anyway, there's definitely something behind the inspector's death. I think I'd better talk to him. Well, yeah, we can do that now. Hey, do you think you could wake up for me? Huh? Oh boy. Still unconscious, huh? I guess he hasn't been dead for very long then. I'll just go ahead and go back to 4 minutes before his death. I'm a little nervous about what I might see there, though. But if that's where I'm going to find my answers, I can't run away from it. Let's do it. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call. That's a good boy. Gee, a hostage sure is a handy thing. Gives me complete control over the top police inspector in the country. What's the matter? All those broken bones smart a bit? What's it like to feel pain? Does it make you feel alive? Why are you doing this? Now, is that any kind of question for a top inspector to ask? Isn't it obvious? Revenge, of course. Revenge on all the people who stole my life away 10 years ago. Don't be ridiculous. It was a meteorite that stole your life, or have you forgotten that? Wrong. I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jowd, who chased me down and forced me into a corner, even though I was innocent. Lynn, that girl who was right there where I was running. Lynn? She was just an innocent little girl playing in the park. If that brat hadn't been there, I never would have thought of taking a hostage. That's the most self-centered garbage I ever heard. Finally, you, Inspector Cavanella. Me? If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. You were so proud of your spotless record. And my case was the one blot on it, wasn't it? Only two people know the real truth. Me and Detective Jowd. I bet tonight's execution will be quite a relief to you, won't it? One of the people who know about the stain on your record will disappear for good. That's why you didn't help him escape from prison. That's the kind of guy you are. I got nothing to say to you. You'd never listen anyway. Gods. Now then, Inspector. Time to make a big red stain on your spotless white coat. This was another condition of my deal. To wipe out everybody who knew about Temzik. Revenge? That's what I'm up to? None of this makes any sense. Hey, man. telling me what's going on? Inspector Cabanella, he's awake. My head is spinning, baby. Am I to understand that Cabanella character who just got shot is me? That's right. And you're supposed to be the scoundrel there who just shot me? I guess so. But you couldn't be, could you? Huh? After all, the guy in the red suit just walked out the door, right? So, who are you? I guess I just have to face it. I'm not that Sissel guy. I'm somebody who's searching for himself. That's why I'm here to save you. At the very least, you have information about that guy in red. Information I need. So you came on a rescue mission now, did you? Nothing like the sound of that, baby! Because there's a very important life here somewhere. A life valuable to this nation. Okay, so do your thing, baby! It's trick time. That's a good boy. Oh yes, of course, we already have seen this. So you're a manipulator too? I have ghost tricks, powers of the dead, yeah, but I can't control living creatures. Anywho, I think you better be very careful. That guy in red is a manipulator. Naturally, he knows about powers like yours. If he realizes you're here, things might get a little sticky. You're right. I better be careful. Alright. Look at him. There's that something emanating from his body. Is it really the sign of having special powers of the dead? Well, Missile's body did not have that, though Missile was near the rock, but Missile's body itself did not have it. Let's see. There's desk lamp. We could turn it on. Could dial. Swivel. Close spout lid. There's the rock. Examine. Let's see. I don't think we could reach below him. No, we can't reach that. Well, we can just try things and just see what happens. We can close that. Here's the lamp. What's going on? I've never seen the ghost world like this. So you're here, are you? He sensed my presence. I noticed you. You think you can stop me, do you? I don't know why you're wearing my face, but you might as well give up now. I control everything. Damn it! Everything! Including the life of this police inspector in white. Wait! Don't shoot! He shot. This other me knows the powers of the dead well. Who wouldn't notice what you just did? You're practically shouting, "Look at me, baby!" Looks like it might be hard to save you under these circumstances. I guess I can't use my powers right in front of him like that. Guess I better rewind the clock again and see if I can pick up any other clues. Alright, so we do have to be a lot more careful about it. It's trick time. Alright, so there's phone. We could dial. Try to move somewhere else in the level, if that might be something that could help. You would think he probably would see turn on. We know he sees swivel. We know he doesn't see this, though. I don't know if this could possibly help, but he doesn't see that. There's rock the helmet. There's examine the book. We could always examine the book. The top of this bookshelf is lined with books. The one on top is balanced so precariously, it's a wonder it doesn't fall off. How did the old pigeon guy even reach up here? And I wonder if he makes his pigeon fetch it for him. Well, I don't know how important that is right now. We could rock this helmet. He realized that that was a ghost trick. I don't think that would necessarily be a ghost trick. I think we could have done that without him realizing it was the work of Ghost. So is there anything we can do to make him turn around or look somewhere else? Once again, it is trick time. Alright, let's try what I was thinking before. Can we use the phone? No good. I can't use the oh, right, yeah. That's right. I forgot about that restriction. Find something else we can do here. Well, I'm sure he would notice the lamp turning on. That seems like something he would notice. So far, the only thing we can do is close this lid. We could have time advance. Wait for him to do something. Right, they're talking. We've seen this conversation. Eventually, he's gonna hit the stove. Right there. Okay, now we can get down there. Look at this place. Yeah, this is where the birthday trap was. The one that killed Lynn. What in the world happened here? Huh. Think I'm starting to remember. Huh? Something bad happened here. And now, there's another death lying hidden here. What? Another death? Didn't I tell you from the start? Didn't I say there was a very important life, valuable to the nation here? I thought you were talking about you. I'm just a crazy character in a white coat, baby. Ah, yes, the pigeon. Hey, come to think of it, where is that old pigeon guy? Trick time. Alright, so we can get into there. We could move the hoist. There we go. Okay. Toolbox we could open. Okay, there's the core of Pigeon Man. Let's talk to him. Excuse me. Are you awake? Of course. I never sleep during work hours. Professor, do you recognize me? There's only one crazy character in a white coat that I know of. He hasn't lost his memory. I'm not the type that likes losing things. But never mind that. Cabanella, this is quite a surprising guest you brought with you. Pretending like you didn't just blow up the place. Are you talking about me? Oh, this is a different guy. I'm his guest, actually. Said he came to rescue us. Unlike you, my shop friend, he still hasn't gotten his memory back.
Pitiful.
Ouch, that hurts. Anyway, now we'll be going back to 4 minutes before your death, in order to change your fate, that is. But aren't we already in the past, man? We can go back even further. I've done it before. I still don't see a path to saving Inspector Cabanela. But if we go back further, maybe I'll find a lead. Rewind time. Alright, both of them are in the birthday room. How many times do I have to tell you, Professor? This place is dangerous.
Don't be daft. I can't leave now. He's completely dead. But just as I thought, I'm getting a reading.
What kind of reading? Is it a ghost reading?
This isn't the source of his powers. If I remove it...
He's not dead. He's just not there? The true form of the manipulator isn't something you can detect, it's a spirit.
Ridiculous.
So you figured it all out, huh? You're a clever man, Inspector Cabanela. So it's really true. You're... I wasted a lot of time tonight because of you, Inspector. But it's all just like you said. I died 10 years ago. This body is just a vessel, a shell. I control everything. This shell, people, just like I controlled the Justice Minister and Lynn. So it's true. You were manipulating my baby that time. You made us shoot your shell. But why? Why would you do a thing like that? To create conclusive evidence, you know, on that security tape. Now she's a murderer too. She'll suffer just like G did, like Zhao did. Now then, Professor. I'm afraid it's time for you to die. I don't have any grudge against you. I'm even grateful to you.
Yeah? Why don't you let me live then?
Oh, I'll be leaving this country forever tonight. But before I do, I need to erase all evidence that these powers of mine exist. Along with the contraption in this room. This time, the thing will work the way it was meant to, and it'll all be over. Cupid won't turn this time. He'll shoot his little arrow this way. Professor, look out!
Dynamite, when the devil did he put that there?
Whoops. Minimize some windows. Alright, there we go.
When did he put that there?
We planned it all out tonight. Having my baby shoot him? Having his corpse disappear? His corpse disappeared? That medical examiner, remember him? He was a complete and utter imposter. He said he was going to take the corpse back to the lab, but he'd already made a deal with the manipulator to meet him and give him the body back.
but I wasn't gonna let that happen, baby.
You saw through their plan, eh?
I noticed right away the medical examiner didn't know the first thing about examining a body. I knew he was a fake, so I tracked him down and bought him off. Bought him off? I had him smuggle the corpse to this room. I thought we could find the source of his powers. Of course, never in my wildest dreams did I think his abilities were powers of the dead.
Anyway, there isn't much time. He's leaving the country before dawn.
And I'm gonna follow him, of course, after I save you two. But something's been nagging at the back of my mind. I remember what Ray said to me tonight. He said that spirits cease to exist when the day breaks. But if that's true, how could a spirit from 10 years ago still be here? No time for thinking now, baby! Action is the name of the game! Work your magic and take us back, even further into the past.
It's trick time. Alright, man. Jump in there and stop that explosion, would you? Easy enough for you to say.
Foolish of you to say, too. If you stop the explosion, it'll just do me in some other way.
Fair enough. Then jump in there and take care of that man in red, would you? I repeat, easy enough for you to say.
And most likely impossible to boot. That huge explosion didn't even make him bat an eye.
Well, what do you propose then, Professor Platel?
Your best bet is to save me during the explosion without him noticing.
Easy enough for you to say. Sheesh, what's with all these people? Any hoot, jump in there and do something! Alright. We need to figure out something we can do. What's below here? Well, if we're trying to save him, maybe we can open this at the point of the explosion, but we will see. Let's watch. Look at this. What in the world is this thing?
This device has meteorite data entered into it. If it detects Temsic radiation, it responds.
Got that, kid? Isn't it a lovely thing?
I guess sometimes it's important not to think about things too...
No, actually, I guess sometimes it's important not to think about things too much.
What a sorry pair. Why are you imitating my voice when you said that? That's not your... It's my voice.
Alright. There is the measuring device itself. Can we reach anything else? Doesn't seem like anything is within our reach. Well, I mean, he's gonna move eventually. So I guess we could hang out until that happens. Alright, so, okay. Now we can be in the balance toy.
Fool, what do you think you're doing?
I just thought I'd try it out.
If you do, you're going to set the contraption in motion.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought, He just thought he'd blow me up, is what he thought.
That was my bad. But there aren't a whole lot of things I can use my tricks on in this room. I don't think we can reach anything. Right now, it kind of seems like the only thing... Yep, I can't actually get back to there. Right now, it seems like the best bet is to open up the trapdoor when the explosion goes off. Of course, I do have to get to the trapdoor. Still nothing else to open to get to. Okay, I can get to it now. But I guess we can hang out here and see if we can do anything. Time is passing. Well, I mean, now he's standing on it. I guess the professor won't be standing on it when the bomb goes... Oh, no. Professor's walking on it. Alright. So, I don't know if this is a solution, but if it is, what kind of time do I have on this? As perhaps you have already noticed, time is running out, baby! Yeah, no perhaps about it, I know. But you know, there aren't a whole lot of things I can use my ghost tricks on in here.
It looks like it's all over.
Unless I find another path, I'm sort of at a deadlock here. Sissel. Huh? Hey, I know that voice. Help me. What? Where are you? Find me before I'm carried away. Huh? What's with the frail-sounding call for help? He's here somewhere.
A friend of yours?
Yep, a little guy that looks a little fragile, but has strength that surprise you. Well, he's asking you to find him. Before he's carried away, no less. But I'm almost out of time. Should I look for him? Well, where might he be? Would he be below us in that sewer? I mean, if he is, the only thing we could try to do would be to... Well, first let's try this. Yeah, there's nothing else that we can get to from there. We don't have... If I could get out of ghost mode and look around, but we barely have any time. Okay. Oh, there it is. Sissel, here I am! Oh, hey, it's... Missile! What are you doing there? Do you really have to ask? Seriously, are you really going there? No, it's okay. Never mind. Anyway, I need your powers. Will you help me out? Of course! Here, let me come join you. Alright, he is somehow moving the leaf. Okay, he's in the tire. Okay, here I am, Sissel. Now, maybe things will flow in a new direction. Even though the flow of the sewer is a little bit stinky. Fate changed. It's trick time. He's about to... Let's read what he says. Okay, let's stop that explosion. Oh, no, we can't do that. Okay, let's take care of that man in red then. No, we can't do that either. But we can't do this? We can't do that? What can we do? We let the explosion happen. Then we rescue the old pigeon guy without the man in red noticing. And your powers are the key to all of it, Missile. Oh, I don't know about that, but I'll do my best. Talking about a matter of seconds. We can't miss our chance. Okay. So it looks like that we should be... Well, let's see. What would we swap here? Well, we're currently in a round thing. Of course, as Missile, we have a much larger range that we can move around in. Okay, we can go all the way over there. And up to there. Do you remember how to use my powers? Yeah, you can swap things that have the same shape, right? Well, to be precise, I can swap things that look like they have the same shape. What's the difference? As I was being carried by the wind and falling into the river, I realized something. If you look at a thing from different angles, it looks different. You know, that's a pretty good point for a little doggy that came in with the sewage. Okay, so different angles will make things look different. Well, okay, so Sissel said that we have to let the explosion happen and then save the professor. So, maybe we should, Missile should stick with the professor. Look out. Explosion. Looks like death still happened. Save you without the other me noticing. Well, he didn't notice me this time. Moment of truth is just as the explosion occurs. We can do it. Little doggy's powers. Alright, let's rewind the clock. So I guess whatever it is I have to set up, it has to be set up before the explosion, and then hopefully, once the explosion happens, maybe because we're in position, it'll be stopped. When you look at things from different perspectives, they might have different shapes. Let's see. Let me get Sissel out of there. No, not there. There's, of course, the trap door. Right now, I'm just sort of tagging things as I go from one to the next. Let's move Sissel. Actually, that's not what I meant. I wanted to go back to Ghost, go back to that. I'm just moving from one thing to the next to see if there's the possibility of swapping anything. There's also the trapdoor bit that we haven't actually tried. Those squeaky guys are making a fuss about something. Sissel! My animal instincts are starting to surface. If you mean you want to chase them, I think you have to be alive to do that. There must be some kind of rat feast in that trash can.
Those things usually make a bigger commotion than that.
Bigger commotion, huh? Alright. Well, if you look at things from different perspectives, they might look like different shapes. Anything... we can swap these. I mean, that we didn't actually have to look from a different perspective for that. Those were just the same perspective. Oh, it's a rat feast in there. Rat smorgasbord. Org. Now that's what I call some proper commotion.
They're making that trash can dance.
Truth be told, I feel a little bit like dancing now myself. But can a ghost dance? It's getting harder and harder to hold my wild instincts back. What a dangerous bunch. Okay. So now we have all these rats in here, just having a real good time. At least we know that much. I wonder if would be possible to swap the wheel and the trash can. If you look at it from different perspectives, it is the same shape. But of course, Missile cannot roll this. But Sissel would be able to. I don't know if it'll mess it up if I actually open the door, but I guess we can try it. Oh, we can't open it. Could the fact the professor is standing on it have anything to do with it?
I may look small, but I'm pretty heavy set.
You sound so proud of that fact, too. This door. Such a pity. Too bad it doesn't open downward. Sometimes life can be so hard, wouldn't you agree, Professor?
Yeah, that's why we're both dead.
Door that opens downward, huh? A door that opens downward would be nice. Let's see. Could we swap that door with another door that opens downward? Well, even if we could, I don't think Missile can reach such a thing from here. No reason to swap those back. Don't really want to get out of ghost mode since we're so close to his death. But it could possibly be that if we did, they might do something. Okay, there it goes. Okay, so we have this. So, should we let time pass again? Well, okay. Now it's flat on the ground. Sorry, little pigeon. As for you, Inspector, I have a little job for you.
I can't move. I think I have 4 or 5 broken bones.
I don't mind. It won't prevent me from manipulating you. It might make it hurt a little bit when I move you, though. Quite a bit, actually.
Damn you. I can't believe it. You lot actually pulled it off.
Sorry, Inspector Cabanella. Couldn't do anything to help you. And there I am, A poor, broken heap of arms and legs. But no matter, I enjoyed the show. The magic disappearing act, that is, nothing like it, baby.
Yeah, except, unlike a normal magic trick, I'm the one that managed to vanish without a trace here.
New info has been added.
What's the matter? You look like you'd rather be dead, not that you aren't.
I was just remembering the fact that, right about now, the real me is giving the poor Justice Minister a real fright.
Oh, that phone call?
No, it's probably... Oh, that phone call? Yeah, he was pretty upset. Excuse me, mister? Huh? You really shouldn't be mean like that. What's this lively little creature? Oh, this little doggy is the warrior who keeps Camilla safe. Or he would be, if he was actually still full of life. Camilla? Gods in heaven, what a terrible thing. That poor little girl taken hostage.
It's a cruel twist of fate indeed.
Wait just a minute. Miss Camilla is a hostage? Yeah, well, sorry, little warrior. Miss Camilla, a hostage? What's a hostage? Anyway, Inspector Cabanella, it's time to save your life now. But you couldn't get very far before you tried before, am I right? But this time it's different. Right, Sissel? That's right. With us working together, it's a whole different situation. We'll save the Inspector in white, and then we'll go rescue Camilla, okay? Okay, let's hurry up and get through this. Gee, kids, you're making me feel like an afterthought. Alright, let's get started. Inspector Cabanella is upstairs, so our first step is to get up there. Sissel, I'll go up first and wait for you. And he's out of here.
Okay, lovey-dove, we need your help. Carry this measuring device upstairs. It has Mr. Ghost in it, so don't drop it.
Trick time. Oh, well, let's see what they say. You've got grit, little pigeon. I better get up there before the little pigeon's strength gives out. Missile is waiting for me. I'd better hurry. Okay, up there. Up there. There you are, Sissel. Sorry for the wait, Missile. 4 minutes from now, the Inspector would be killed by a gun. You just jump in there and stop him from firing, would you? There you go again with that stuff.
Besides, it doesn't make any sense. If you stop him from firing, he'll just kill you some other way.
Wait a minute. That sounds familiar.
Yep, same situation as mine. Your best bet this time around is to allow him to shoot and then save Cabanella without him noticing.
It's even worse than last time. Any hoot, jump in there and do something! Okay, I'm ready to jump in, Sissel. Don't forget, whenever you want me to use my powers, just touch the me icon. Okay. So, this time we can get behind him. Well, no, we can't. We cannot reach that over there. We can switch to missile. Microscope over here. Photos. Knit hat. Got the step ladder. Got the, let's see. Kettle. Helmet. Book. There's the desk lamp. There's the telephone. Of course, he's looking directly in this direction, so we can't really do much with any of that. But is there anything that I would want to swap? Let's talk. So, Sissel, could you explain something to me? Exactly how did the man in white die? He got shot with the gun. Gun, huh? I always wondered about those things. How come people die when they hear that loud bang? Huh? Oh, why do they? I don't remember.
Oh, brother. I hope I never lose my memory. Mr. Whitecoat here died because he got shot with a bullet.
A bullet?
Little lump of metal. It proves fatal when it gets lodged in his head.
Aha, I get it. It's like a little tiny Mino, right? Yeah, something like that, I guess. Different shape, though. In that case, I ought to be able to use my powers on it to save the man in white.
Hey, good news, eh, Whitecoat?
Can't anybody here just call me Cabanella? Well, if it was possible to swap the bullet, I mean, even if we swapped the bullet, like, how would we do that? Does he shoot the bullet and then we freeze time and then swap it? But I mean, if we did that, whatever the object is we swap it with would continue to be launched at Cabanella, and that would probably kill him anyway. It's a good question, if that is even a possibility. Alright, well, let's see. If we are Sissel, we can't actually reach anything up here. He can only seem to hang out here in the motor. So it seems that Missile is the only one who can actually move around in objects up here. If we were going to swap a bullet with something, what resembles a bullet? The helmet kinda does. Let's head over to the right. There's a knit hat. Well, I mean, a knit hat would be a lot softer than the helmet. There's a microscope. There's photos. It would be nice if we could swap the knit hat and the helmet, but it seems that those are too far apart. Would there be a way to do something about that? Yeah, and it's still the case we can't actually reach anything as Sissel. So, is there any way to get those closer together, or any way to put something between the two things? Maybe we should see what happens and see if anything changes. Okay, well this is gonna fall off. I wonder if we could do anything with that. Oh, no, not that. Let's see. If we were in the kettle, is there anything we could possibly do with it? There's no, like, swap thing that appears there. But Sissel could get in there. Is there a reason we want to open this up? Well, now we can get into this. Sissel cannot still reach that. I mean, if we swung the lamp around, you would be able to, but he would see that. We know he will see that. So status has changed a little bit, but not much. Okay, so he's turned around. Oh, did you see that? That bad Sissel turned around. You have to call him that? But yeah, maybe this is our chance to try some ghost tricks. This is the only time he takes his eyes off of me, too.
If you have something to do, do it now.
Time to take the first steps towards saving the inspector. Okay, so now we can't. Whoops. Well, not that. Let's switch to him. Him. So Sissel can get in here. We can rock the helmet. No need to examine the book, I don't think. Did he hear that? What was that? Okay, he heard it but didn't realize what it was. Okay, so we can't do anything with the helmet now. So the helmet is pretty close to the inspector at this point. It might be possible we'll swap it with a bullet? Maybe? Before we do that, let's just have a look around and see if there's anything else that Missile might be able to do. Doesn't seem like the status of... It's just changed. So he's gonna shoot it, and the idea seems to be that we're gonna do a little swapping with something. Let's see. I know it seems like it's unlikely to work, but I guess let's see. That's the kind of guy you are. Gun. Nothing to say to you. You never listen. Shoot. It's trick time. So did anything really change there? Just want to check. Like this is now closer. We have anything to say here? So Sissel, could you explain something to me? Exactly how? No, we already know about this. Okay. I mean, Sissel would now be able to go over here. Would he need... Is there a reason for him to do that? We could jiggle the knit hat. I wanted to do something with the knit hat, but I don't know if jiggling is going to do anything. Okay, no, we knocked it over. We can move the... Yeah, we can move it back. We can move this back. Okay. Now can Missile do the thing? This kettle is kind of in the way, isn't it? Can I get a straight line? Actually, I can't. Okay, but... Oh, no, not that. Let's see. Let's get him in that hat. Okay, it is the same shape as the book now, isn't it? Okay, we can swap with book. And here comes the hat. The hat is now like that. We're now in the hat. Okay, can we get into... Can we do it? Actually, I didn't click on those words. Okay, he's gonna take it. Can we freeze time when the bullet gets shot? There's another condition of my deal. Let's wipe out everybody who knew about Temzik. He's going to shoot, it's too late. Again? I'm gonna get shot again? No, wait, our chance is coming up. The last split second, right? Leave it to me. Okay. Maybe it'll just do it automatically. It is.
Would you look at that? The bullet is hanging in midair between the gun and the inspector's forehead.
Now's our chance. I'm here in the bullet right now. Let's swap this little thing with something else. Well, what? It's our only hope. There's gotta be something here with the same shape and direction as the bullet. I never saw a bullet before. It has such a cute little shape, doesn't it? I can check out the bullet shape on the top screen. Yep, there it is. Okay, got it. Now I know what it's shaped like. Alright, well, we've been working with this cap. Let's swap the cap. That'll be a soft landing. I mean, it's still hard enough to knock him over. Because if a knit cap was heading at your face at the rate of a bullet, yeah, it probably would still be quite an impact.
I don't think he noticed. Looks like you pulled off another magic disappearing act.
And now I say again, I'd love knit hats, so warm, most of all so soft. Did I do all right?
You did a fine job, little one. You saved another life.
And I'll keep doing it too. Over and over. Fate averted.
What I saw in just these 4 minutes gave me all the answers I've been looking for.
All our research these past 10 years pales in comparison, right, Professor? So you two were working together? That's about the size of it, yeah. Who would believe a story about a manipulator? So we pursued it ourselves, just the two of us.
I'm quite a crazy character myself, after all.
Okay, let's hurry back to our time. We have to rescue Miss Camilla. You're right, Missile. And there's a certain guy I have to follow, too. Alright, somehow, against all odds, we have saved 2 lives from someone who is able to ghost trick himself. After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanela, the man in red left, and now a new story is about to unfold in a new present.
How are you feeling, you old crazy character?
Hey there, Prof. We're both alive, I see. Yeah, nothing like it, baby. But I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be, a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna believe that. So what? The guy in red is gone, huh?
Just in case, I posted special investigation units all around the building. Let's just pray the boys came through for us. Damn it. You picked a bad time not to listen to me, body of mine. Yeah, that's right. I still have like 4 broken bones. Forgot about those. You don't actually feel pain when you're a ghost. Well, it looks like both of their deaths were erased. Unfortunately, in the case of the Inspector in white, I can't call it a complete success, but in any case, these two have the information I need to start tracking the manipulator. I better talk to him. Alright, let's talk. If I knew things were gonna end up like this, I would have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. I might be able to erase deaths, but it's true I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yeah, sorry. I suppose you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. It was right there, within my grasp. All our plans were resting on tonight, and then this had to happen. I guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. We still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say, you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any questions you like, Mr. Ghost. All right. What does Cabanela know about revenge? Like I mentioned, revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago.
He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage, and he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame.
But what about when he said this? Right, he was murdered by all of them. Jowd, Lynn, Cabanela. He never would have pointed a gun at that kid if they hadn't done what they did. Yeah, 10 years ago on that day, the Special Investigation Unit was working on a certain big case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to our investigation. And then I did it. I made 2 very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about it. Fine. You're under no obligation to talk, of course. But if you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life a living hell. But I'd just been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet, and I wanted to impress him. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking his statement. But I was too green. I pushed him too hard. I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. And then I made another mistake on top of that.
Cabanela, got a minute? The chief wants to see you about your report.
Got it. I'll be right there. You stay right here and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left it behind in the interrogation room. My gun. Seems like a very big mistake.
How could you?
He used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he never would have had a gun to point at Lynn in the first place. That is quite a mistake, I will say. Manipulator? We first found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purposes, this country keeps tabs on the communication networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted to buy him and his powers. And that's how we first heard about him. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time. And in order to prove these powers of his, we gave him 2 predictions. We foresaw 2 completely preposterous, impossible cases. The case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast, and the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Those 2 inmates at the special prison, huh? We kept tabs on their communications and launched an investigation. And then finally, we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and staked it out. That restaurant, the Chicken Kitchen. The manipulator plans on leaving this country tonight on a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal. Submarine? Well, we haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think of what would happen if their powers were to fall into their hands.
Right. Highly unlikely they'd use them for peaceful purposes.
And now they have that little girl as a hostage. Camilla. We have to stop him before he leaves the country. Alright, let's talk about this spotless record of his. This spotless record of yours, is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. In some ways, it's more important to me than my life. Than your life, huh? After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel, as head of the Special Investigation Unit. And because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator case. Huh. The manipulator case. That's why you cared about the record so much? Yeah. Of course. Why else, baby? I could never believe it, man. Jowd shooting Alma? I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story, some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder, everything in my power. And then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years, though. The manipulator. He's gonna prove that Jowd is innocent. What incredible determination. Let's talk about Cabanella's determination. There's one thing I just don't understand. If you were so determined to help Detective Jowd, why didn't you help him escape from prison? Now, that's an easy one, baby. Escaping from prison is a crime. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself asked to be executed, you know? As a man of the law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. And that's why I brought him before the Justice Minister, too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could, baby. So that's it, huh? But there's one little unfortunate result of all this. Lynn completely misunderstood your intentions. What's a little misunderstanding? My baby will come around. Give it time. But there are more important things to do with our time tonight. Alright, that's all the subjects here. Let's, talk to the prof. Mr. Superintendent, do you mind if I talk to you for a minute?
I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police.
The police, huh?
Not as a detective, but as a medical examiner. I investigated victims' cause of death. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse. Hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. There were no signs of life. He was definitely dead. But I never filed an autopsy report. That's because the corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue.
An unusual corpse. I bet that's what I've been chasing all night. Could you tell me more?
Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you recovering your memory and finding your true identity, too.
Talk about the unusual corpse.
That's the only way I can describe it, too. He was an unusual corpse. He was dead, all right. No question about that. But there wasn't a scratch on him.
Not a scratch? But I thought he was hit by a meteorite fragment.
I don't understand it any more than you do. I was completely bewildered, but when I tried the autopsy, I was even more puzzled. I couldn't perform the autopsy.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went, and no scarring or blood either. And I never had the chance to solve the mystery.
That's because the corpse up and vanished on us.
The morgue is well guarded. Nobody could have stolen that body. But there is one way the corpse could have disappeared.
What's that? Well, yeah, we already figured that.
It got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own.
What?
He was dead, but he wasn't dead.
We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. And he didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on that stove. All right, let's talk about the clue left behind.
The corpse left behind some data from some testing I did. I got some readings for some kind of radiation coming off that body.
Radiation?
I used all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown.
Wait a minute. Could it be?
That's right. It was coming from that meteorite fragment. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell. And just as I expected, I detected radiation coming from that crater. It was the exact same pattern of radiation as that of the corpse. At the time, I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He would die, only to come back to life. I wanted to research it all in depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator case, thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here.
Stop now, Professor. Do you want to see me blush? Alright, let's talk about Cabanella's arrival.
It was about a year ago, I'd say. This man in white came dancing into my research lab here.
I heard there was an oddball here who's researching Tamesic. Is that you, baby?
Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball?
I was investigating the manipulator case then, and then I heard there was a man who quit the police force to study the meteorite. When I heard that, it was like a meteorite had struck me on the head. At the time, we were just starting to get leads on this manipulator. We didn't know who he was yet, but we knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country, which we will never end up naming, baby. Not once. In one of those communications, we heard the manipulator say this: "The source of my power is not of this world." And that's when I put two and two together, baby. The manipulator case and Tamesic was somehow connected.
Which also explains how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise a little girl made for her mother.
He added that gun to the contraption, most likely by controlling Camilla. Alright, I guess that's everything for him. So that contraption in the basement there, you built that to try to help Detective Jowd?
That's right. Jowd and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device. But there was just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce, no matter how hard I tried.
Camilla told Jowd it did something it shouldn't have, made an impossible move. I guess that's the Cupid turning around?
I added that part to the device I recreated. I put in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire.
So that must mean somebody manipulated Camilla's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves that the manipulator actually existed. Inspector Cabanella! Your bones! Hey, baby! Sorry about that phone call. It must have sounded like a real villain. I hated to spoil your image of me. Of that cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image she had of him? Inspector Cabanella, I'm sorry. I just heard. You were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Detective Jowd. This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be involved. So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it? Like I always say, if somebody's in the way, throw him in the slammer. Yikes. Tonight, I really thought we finally had him. But my body gave out on me right at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. But a joke is a joke. You might as well laugh. Jowd, the minister called off the execution order. While he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free until tomorrow morning, too.
That's a pretty extreme while he was at it.
Sorry I took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again. You always been like that. You make everybody else run around and then you swoop in at the last second.
Jowd.
Actually, who is talking? No, it's him.
5 years ago, you left this coat with me just before you turned yourself in. I promised to give it back to you one day.
I've been waiting so long, Detective Jowd. Waiting for this day to come. Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. Okay, I'm off then. Good luck, my old friend. This present you gave me, it's just what I needed. Thank you. Glad you like it. Sissel, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me? Sure, but how? We don't know where the submarine is, and the phone line doesn't work. They use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow. You'll see. Could you wait here until we do? Please? Okay, fine. I'm counting on you. This true self you're looking for. I bet you'll find it soon. All right, I'm leaving, Inspector Cabanela. It's almost dawn. I'm not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now, I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or her own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together, I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. It is indeed almost dawn. We're going to save the game after a very big exposition chapter. Well, that was a lot. Next, we're going to be entering Chapter 16, 4:19 a.m. I think that means he is less than 2 hours, because wasn't it supposed to be 6 a.m. was the time limit? I think, if I remember right. So, lot of story. We found the physical body of Sissel, which is still alive, which means we are probably not the ghost of Sissel, because the ghost of Sissel seems to be in the body of Sissel, which is immortal. It has been made immortal because there is a piece of meteorite in his body, which allows him to be immortal, but also to do ghost tricks at the same time. So he is the best of both worlds. And his goal is to escape to a foreign country? Who knows what that country is? It's a foreign country. It's foreign land. What needs to escape to foreign land, where he can sell his skills to the highest bidder, and who knows what they'll do with those skills. Bad things, probably. Here in the country of Ussia. Ussia? Yeah, okay, it's, Ussia, yeah, okay. In Ussia, we would not do bad things with his powers. Whose hands are the right hands for these powers? Well, clearly it's ours in Ussia, and not theirs in foreign land. So we have to stop that from happening. And now Jowd has basically been cleared, and now everyone is on the same page. And all we really need to do is intercept the manipulator and somehow stop him. But how do we stop such a person with such powers? The powers of both life and death at the same time. And can we do it before the time limit? Because it does seem like that we are running out of time. And then, of course, there is the issue of who our Sissel, who is not Sissel, but our person, who is their true self. Will they discover their true self before it all ends? And if they are able to discover their true self, is there anything they could do to stop their death earlier tonight? Still a lot of questions to go, as we're starting to get into the end game here. We're not quite at the end, but we're getting there. And questions have been answered, but more questions have been opened as those questions were answered. But definitely things are going in maybe a little bit of an unexpected direction. What with the immortal character, the character who is immortal because of a meteorite fragment in his body. I didn't see that coming. But who knows what else we might not see coming. We will only know as we continue on into the end game of Ghost Trick.